already, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gon' launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, so stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb.
And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna get it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I'll get it, bro. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never off it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous.
What is good? It's Kill, back with another video. And we're at the pit. And today we're going to be doing a little review, re-review on the DS. It's a nice morning time, come out for a morning ride. So I think a few months after I had this quad, I made a review and it did really good, so I thought I'd come out here and do another one after, like, I think I've almost owned it 2 or 3 years, I'm not sure which one. You'll see it in the title. This is my 2013 DS450 XMX. It's like the motocross version, the XMX. Comes with a bunch of extra goodies. I hope you enjoyed the intro clips. I shot a few clips of the quad along with a bunch of the videos over the last few years that I've had. I'm going to try to give you all the info you need if you're considering buying a DS. So a little background, this is the 2013 XMX, as I said. The DS is now discontinued. I think 2015 or 16 they bowed out of the sport quads, or at least the 450s, along with a lot of other companies. I think Yamaha's like the only one who makes the 450 now. So the XMX is one of the only 450s, along with, I think KTM one came with some stuff. Comes with a lot of, it's not aftermarket parts, but they're parts that would be normally aftermarket that Can-Am has just put on. So let me just hop off for a sec. I'm gonna just get out some things that I wrote down. All the things that come with it stock. I haven't put anything on except for the tires, I believe. So first we got a Rotax, which is the engine, Can-Am's engine. And the engine also has, 45.3 horsepower, which is, I believe, to be the most for the 450 quad. First thing, and one of the best things that come on it are the shocks. The Fox Float Evol on the front here, and along with the rear, I believe they're called the Fox Podium or something like that. The front's really easily adjustable. Your sag and ride height, I adjusted it yesterday actually, just with a pump. You pump it up to a certain PSI, you look in the owner's manual. Another great thing is the A-arms you see on the front. It's 50 inches wide because the A-arms, they're +2, I believe. So it's really wide because those A-arms +2 inches. Along with that, the rear axle is actually adjustable out to 50 inches, so you'd be 50 inch on the back too. Can-Am also says there's like an anti-vibration stem there. It's also a bit higher. The front wheels also have Casper and camber adjustments. I haven't messed with that at all. I really have no reason to because I don't race. I've gone to the track a few times, but I don't really race, so I don't really need to mess with that. The stock quad comes with ITP quad cross tires, which are really good tires for racing. They're 18s on the back, 20s on the front. They're good tires, but now, like, the quad hasn't been made for a while, so you probably won't see those because they'll be all worn. I put 20 inches because that's a lot better, like when you're riding pits and stuff. Comes with ITP rims too, beadlocks on the back, not on the front, but they're really good rims. And finally, it comes with those Nerf Bars, which are really good. If you have any quad, any sport quad, you pretty much should put those on no matter what. It's a good way to break a leg if you don't have them. So when they're already built in, it saves you some money. So let's hop back on it now that you know everything that's comes stock. So as I was saying about the tires, I put 20-inch tires. I put 20-inch because I don't really ride a lot of track. I had more here. There's not a whole lot of clearance, which is one thing. I actually broke a sprocket once hitting a rock. Just because there's not much clearance. So if you're riding pits and stuff like that, you really want to get some bigger tires. DS actually does have a swing arm guard, but someone took it off mine before I bought it, which sucks. I did make another video on the top speed, which ended up being 113 kilometers per hour, which isn't the fastest 450 by any means. But where this quad shines a lot of the 450 is the torque and acceleration, which is insane. If you ride a 400 and you go to a 450, it is a crazy amount of torque compared to the 400. One of the best things about the DS and the XMX version is with all those stock aftermarket parts is the steering and handling is great. You're wider, you're planted, you're low to the ground, which all makes for great steering, plus the higher stem, anti-vibration stem, and handlebars, which all makes for a great steering setup. Now this thing is built for the track, but obviously I've gone to track a few times but don't ride that much, but it's also a great bike to mess around with at pits or cross country. Great handling, it's wide, it's got some great parts. This makes it a great time. It's pretty wide, so you gotta watch out for trees on the side. Now if you know some things about the DS, in some of the earlier models, they had a thing called the pink wire, which you could cut, and it had an alternative race map. If you ran with the baffle out and the airbox lit off, you go get more torque, be a bit faster. I think 2010 or 2011, there's not a lot of information. They got rid of that. It was mostly to get around regulation, but I think they're forced to stop doing that. So this bike doesn't have that. You can use a fuel programmer, or you can get them to flash your ECU, and it could do the same things, but it just kind of sucks. And just to talk about reliability, this is a 2013, so 7 years old now. I've only owned it for 2 years, but I ride it quite a bit. I think a lot more than the average person, because I live right by a trail. But I can't say how many person before me or the person before that has rode it. But it's never been rebuilt. I think from factory they say every 100 hours you should rebuild it, but I'm fairly certain it's got a lot more than 100 hours, and it seems to be good. So it's really reliable. I have broke a sprocket from hitting a rock because mine doesn't have the swing arm guard. That's not really the bike's fault, that's just mine. Now there's one problem that I've had, and I continue to have, which I'll just mention because I've seen a lot of people on forums have the same problem. That's where it doesn't start it, like the battery's full, but it won't crank it fast enough to start it. A lot of people say it is the decompression valve. I had it checked, he said it was fine. It went away for a bit, it came back. But once I jump it and start it, or bump start it, it starts fine. So all I have to do is jump it once and I can turn it off and on as much as I want for the rest of the day. So it's not a huge problem for me, but sometimes it goes away too, I don't know. It's just the one problem I've had with it. But everything else, this is the one quad that I've had that haven't had really much problems other than me breaking it. One thing I've learned too is that OEM parts are actually quite easy to find, for me at least. You can just order anything, basically everything, off the Can-Am website. I'm from Canada, I don't know what it's like for the US or anywhere else, but it's actually really easy, and the parts aren't like, they're not more expensive than any other manufacturer. So OEM parts are actually good. I thought when I got it, I thought it'd be hard to find, more expensive. They're not, they're pretty easy to find. not super expensive. Now, aftermarket parts, on the other hand, are hard to find and usually more expensive. Like an exhaust even, it's hard to find for this thing. It wasn't the most popular quad, then they discontinued it, so manufacturers don't really want to make parts for it. There's not a lot of people buying them. Gotta do a few bicycles and wheelies, right? Does good bicycles. Woo. How far can we go? We're still going. Oh, couldn't pull it out any longer. Woo. So I'm just gonna drop out of the pit now. So overall, I love this thing. I guarantee if you get this thing, you're not gonna have a bad time. I don't know how you could. Like, holy shit! You go fast. You go fast quick. So to recap, this thing comes with a lot of good parts from the factory, especially those Fox float shocks and the wider A-arm adjustable axle. If you're buying this thing used, you can generally get a pretty good price compared to other ones. I just guarantee if you buy this, you won't have a bad time. So if you're hesitant on buying one, just go right ahead. Just get it, man. It's so much fun. I know these review videos generally get a lot more views than my other ones. So if you like what you see, I make videos every Tuesday and Friday. If you want to see more of the quad and me, subscribe. Like 95% of my views are coming from non-subs. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to get partnered. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks for joining me on this ride. I hope to see you on the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she